Yep, we live.
Welcome to TopShelf podcast. We can do introductions today.
Yeah, last episode we just completely skipped through introductions and introduced ourselves at the end.
Yikes. I'm Des. Yes, I'm Des on Instagram.
I'm B Quarter Beats on whatever you can find me on.
Shit, I'm on B-Bell, Family Dollar Employees Meet app.
And
No. My Instagram handle is bbell84_. I remember that shit this week. I had to look at it before we started recording.
we got a new page and shit. We got special guests. JT James Thigpen, whatever you would like to call him, but very, very interesting man of many talents. And he probably gonna be modest about this shit, but I'm like trying my best to not let him
not
be.
Today. No, it's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So I really don't. I feel like you wear so many titles, and I don't even know which one to call you, and I don't even want to try to guess no answer that's gonna be some shit you don't want to be called.
I feel you.
So go ahead, JT. You can tell the people your title and just what you do, what you specialize in. One of the many things you specialize in.
At the core of everything, like I usually say, an artist. Like my biggest thing is fine art, creating different collages and whatnot. But beyond that, or beside that, is brand building. Like I do a lot of creative direction. Work with a lot of different brands. I work with a lot of different individuals and brands that are like up and coming, like startups, all the way to big business. So man, I'm just coming up with ideas all day, pretty much. For the most part.
Yeah. So
I did a lot with Beats and Beers.
Yeah, so the Beats and Beers logo, as you see it today, everything and all of that was designed by this man. A lot of most of like the look and everything, kind of the direction of it all was definitely he gave that look to Beats and Beers. So
even shit down to when we was in New York and came up with the names and stuff, like that wasn't the name we came up with. Y'all came up with that. I came up with another one with y'all.
Man, you can't wear a lot of stuff during that time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
y'all already had Beats and Beers. I feel like we just came up with the concept and made it broader. Man, how many years ago was that now?
Shit, that had to be at least like 2013, 2012, something around there. Damn near 10 years, we'll say.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we happy to have you join in on our insightful. It's very insightful, but silly and retarded shit sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's insightful. It's all coming from an educated place.
Sure.
But yeah, man, how was y'all weeks? B, I know you got a story.
No, I don't actually, man. Shit, Friday was our last day of work. Well, I had to go in today because we had a leadership meeting. I don't even know why I signed up.
You out for the summer?
Yeah. They hoping to see me come back in August, but the plan is to not be back there in August. But so yeah, well, nothing.
Jokes on them. Huh?
You gotta move on. Y'all know how it is when the chapter is over. It's time for you to go and move on to do something else. But other than that, ain't nothing really going on this way.
What is on the front of your shirt? Is that chocolate milk and chips?
Oh yeah, man. So it was Big's birthday this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought this shirt from New York Classic Material. and it's a line from what's that? Sky's the Limit. You saw the milks was chocolate. I mean, the milks was chocolate. The cookies with a crunch. So that's
hard.
the punchline right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Uh, I went to Kings Island this weekend on Saturday.
Kings Island.
Kings Island, it's an amusement park in Ohio.
Yeah, I know that. I'm like, damn, that motherfucker still exists.
Right.
Thriving, okay. Popping. So
how far is Cedar Point from you?
Like 5 hours.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Okay.
Yeah, Kings Island's only 2, so most people go to Kings Island first. So we have been watching the weather all week and have been saying it was supposed to rain on Saturday. So then Thursday it changed to no rain. So we were like, cool. Friday came, we bought the ticket, looked on the damn weather app the next day, rain.
Damn, yo, last 2 little getaway vacations been rain the fuck out. Man.
Right. So at this point, we just gonna pray on it. We done already spent $100 on these tickets. It's over. We going. So we went. First roller coaster is the Diamondback. We stayed in line for like 45 minutes. It rained on us in line, like all that. We get on the ride. The way that the seats are built, they're very narrow. My big wide ass goes to sit in the seat. And they can't shut the damn thing down. They told me they can't safely secure me, so I have to get off.
What the hell?
Damn.
So I had to get off.
Hey, nah, low key, that shit down there ain't made for most black women.
Exactly.
Not at all.
Like,
Those lines ain't ideal at all, man.
yeah.
It's not at all. So they rolled that or whatever. So then we went across to get on the Beast. Stood in line for about 5 minutes, and they closed the roller coaster because it started to lightning and thunder. So we got rained out. We did not get a chance to ride any other rides. They were closed for hours. So that was a bust, but ended up going to my cousin's house who lives in Cincinnati, and she has sons, and they got to play. We spent the night, whatever. So that was my weekend.
Man, fuck those roller coasters. My 6th grade trip, we went to Cedar Point. And this is when the Raptor first opened. And we got stuck on that motherfucker for 3 hours, man. We was on the news and everything, man. Hell yeah, it was stuck right at the top.
Like in the air type shit.
Yeah, man, we was stuck right at the top. We was stuck up there for like 3 hours and shit.
Oh no!
Like this dude had on a pair of, I remember that shit, the playoff 12s, black and white ones. And this is when we wasn't. You remember how we wasn't tying them up?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We keep them, just unlaced.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers fell right into the water. You know that water that's right over the Raptor?
Oh no!
Right in there. Boy, he was sick. You see somebody that was crying. Thing had to walk around barefoot for the rest of the day when we got off that ride. But man,
Bill, you talking about you don't do roller coasters? Didn't you take a group of kids out there?
I ain't get on them motherfuckers, JT. I ain't get on them. I took them. I stopped rolling. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna sit here because you always got about 2 or 3 of them that's just they just there to eat hot dogs and play games. So,
I can't do it. Not no more.
Yeah, I remember the last time I got on one. Man, I was shaking and shit. I got off, man. I don't know for the rest of the day. I can't.
Me too. I get motion sick real quick. Like I can only maybe ride 3.
Hey, Destiny, so you can't do like boats either?
It depends. I get motion sick like in a car. When I take Ubers and stuff, I always ride in the back seat because I can't do front seats when other people are driving.
Maybe that must mean my driving good. I ain't never heard you complain shit about no motion sickness till
I go straight to the back. I don't give a damn. It could be only me in that car. I'm riding in the back seat.
My weekend consists of prepping for festivities. This week, sometimes I'll be like, what the fuck did I get myself into? A lot of times, because shit always be a little bit more than what I expected, but it always come together in the end. So, whatever. Memorial Day weekend though. So what I've been prepping for. Nothing fucking exciting whatsoever. So
That is exciting. Beats and barbecue is exciting.
oh, the actual event itself, the fucking prep for it ain't exciting, but yeah, the actual event itself once it's successful and everybody's happy and all of that, yeah, that part is exciting. So I'm ready to get to that part. I said that, but yeah, yeah. So that's that. Oh, I did go to I went to LA.
You forget that.
Yeah, because this should be moving so fast. But yeah, went to LA and fucking the prep for BT weekend, which yeah, we trying to put together some stuff for that. So working on multiple things at the same time. And yeah, that was my fucking whole week. But enough of that.
On to the fuckery.
Get to it.
Niggas ain't asked me if I did.
Yeah,
I ain't-
Oh, wow, B.
Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry. My bad.
We usually
It's
treat
at
our
this
guests
point,
better than
no, at this
this.
point, the shit is so routine that yeah, my bad. We got a guest in the house, and yeah, let's respect. JT, how was your week? Please talk to us about it.
Nigga, I was gonna call you because, like, I went to Sweetwater this weekend.
Detroit, Sweetwater.
Yeah.
Okay. I went there. I went there
know.
2 weeks ago.
You
Okay.
told me.
Okay.
And so I had a friend in town. So I'm like going to these different restaurants. I went to Baker, B-Bell, we text. I went to Baker's Keyboard Lounge and I went to Sweetwater. And the whole time we in Sweetwater,
oh, I got a story for you.
the bartender like, yeah, all these police officers is around here because I'm like, damn, I forgot that the situation happened the week before that you was telling me about.
Oh yeah.
So I literally had to wait until we got in the car to tell the person, like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got shot here.
Yeah, so just to brief y'all on, so I went to Sweetwater, and for those who don't know, Sweetwater is in Detroit. It's a popular black establishment or whatever. People, they famous for their wings and shit. Motherfuckers go in there and get the wings, whatever. But anyway, I went there, and right before we got there, like it was all these fucking police and shit, right? And so I'm like, I don't know what the fuck going on around here, but apparently, like, 2 people had got shot and 2 people had got killed. Right before we had like got there and shit. And so they was all the staff and all that said like they had to go to the back, and because people were shooting, the police was shooting, everybody was fucking shooting, apparently. So yeah, that's my tidbit. I really, at the time, I'm like, okay, this is over. It's the safest place to be now at this point. So I'm just trying to get the damn wings because it's the safest place to be now. All these goddamn police here, everything over with now.
Nah, facts. It was jam packed this last weekend. The police was all over the place, and I totally it slipped my mind just because downtown Detroit is back open. Like, you walking around, you seeing dudes with 30s on them and everything, so it's like out, like they don't care. So I'm thinking, okay, this just goes, the regular go as planned. We need this many police down here, and the dude was talking. I'm like, okay, I get it. I forgot that, what I'm saying, that happened last week. I'd have never brought her up there, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
But the wings was fire though. The food, got a picture I sent to you. Listen, the greens, bro, and the mac and did you get greens?
I ain't getting no greens.
Nigga. I'm going back.
Police and all.
I'm gonna put my bulletproof vest on and I'm gonna go get my macaroni.
I tell people here in Atlanta, I say,
They
man,
dangerous.
Any wing here in Atlanta, you can pull it up against Sweetwater.
Facts.
They knocking them down, man. Like I'm talking, like I've yet to get a wing here. It's like, man, this motherfucker's amazing. No, that Sweetwater wing up in Detroit, man.
Yeah,
I'm willing to risk it, dog.
I risk on that hill.
Trying to walk up in there. Like I remember one night we went up in there. We went to a concert and we were walking around. We were like, fuck, we gonna go to Sweetwater. So we go to Sweetwater. It's a dude getting loud with the bouncers. You know, they always got some big niggas out
Oh
there.
yeah, that was a situation too.
Yeah.
When I was in there, it was a chick and they're trying to fight the bouncer.
See, man, he must have said something to that bouncer. That bouncer came back. Bow! That nigga fell right on them stairs. You think I was like, oh, we can't go in there? I literally stepped over that nigga. Hey, let me go on and walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Coming to America though?
Huh?
Like on Coming to America?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, shit, man. But yeah, Sweetwater's amazing, man.
It really is.
Jesus. Well,
shout out to the employees at Sweetwater too, man. They some real cool people, man. I knew some people. I knew some of the waiters in there, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, I just had to tip heavy because, you know, you got to be going through a lot of, you know, if you work there every week. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like in that location, god damn.
Yeah, you dealing with characters every night.
Every night.
Yikes. Right. Well, glad you're safe and everyone made it out okay. But on to the fuckery of the week. First things first, everybody's trying to act surprised that Jamie Foxx got a new white girl, and I don't understand why. Like, why are y'all acting like y'all didn't know this? Why y'all didn't expect this news? Yeah. Oh yeah, he got a new one. I don't know who she is. She's very basic looking, which again doesn't surprise me. But here we are. We went from Bronny and his prom date and the fake outrage about that to Jamie Foxx and this new white girl on the boat.
Yes. I ain't had time to dig too far deep into none of this, but the situation with Bronny, is it just because it was not a black girl?
Yeah,
or was
pretty much. Okay. Pretty much. People in their fake outrage about the fact that he went to prom with a white girl. A lot of people were saying, like, the picture that Savannah posted with Zuri at the end when she was making that face.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Like, she did that on purpose. And she probably did because, I mean, it seems like that household is very black. And she probably side-eyed it. But I'm sure she's known that he was going to go to prom with that white girl for a long time. So
yeah, that girl has been around before.
Probably.
Yeah.
With Jamie, though, it was because the uproar was probably, I don't know about the whiteness, but But was it because she was so young? When did a age factor I heard about or something like that?
I don't know. I haven't seen much about the girl. She didn't look that young, but she might be in comparison to his age, she might be young, but she looked like an adult for sure. Okay. But I mean, he was with Katie Holmes for years, and I don't feel like Katie Holmes is a bad white girl. So
I don't know.
What are you talking about? I don't know. Interesting. Another interesting thing, this gentrified Juneteenth commercialization at Walmart shenanigans. They put this Juneteenth celebration ice cream out. I want to say they put it out yesterday, and they've already taken it off the shelves because people are not having it. They're not going for it. They got Juneteenth decorations and shit, and plates and napkins and all that. And
they took all that out too?
I don't know if they took the decor out, but I know they took the ice cream off the shelves.
What was the ice cream though?
What was the flavor? Yeah,
it was like a red velvet cheesecake.
What the
fuck? German chocolate peanut and shit. Like.
Nigga, the napkin. Destiny, tell them what the napkin said on it.
What did it say?
It's the freedom for me.
Yeah.
Nigga, we was talking about that today. Like my coworker.
It's the freedom for me. Hey, no, pull all that shit. Pull all that shit out.
Knock that shit down.
Yeah, like now, man, because now my whole view done completely changed on this shit. I was like, damn, like they're gonna do that, but go digging deeper into it, like we don't want that shit. Take that shit, all that shit down.
But it's like
could you imagine like being at a cookout and shit? You got chicken wings and spaghetti salad and all these black ass sides on the plate, and you get done with that shit, and then at the bottom of your plate, it's like it's the freedom for me. He's like, God damn, like that's some more hurtful shit to be like trying to celebrate.
Right.
Like, oh man.
They thought they ate.
I got a question for y'all though.
And you did not.
Quick question: do y'all think like it's genuine? It's some genuine white people that's trying to be more inclusive and don't know no better, or people are really doing this shit like offensively, like trying to offend people?
I don't personally think that most of it is done intentionally. I think that it's a case of they don't know no better, but the issue lies because you don't know no better. So why are you making those decisions about things? Like, this is why it's so important to, one, diversify your boardrooms and your leadership making positions, but two, just because somebody's black doesn't mean that, like, shouldn't be enough just to say, oh, well, we got a black person, because that black person could be fucking shucking and jiving too. Like, you really got to get somebody who has experiences and backgrounds from like the audiences that you're marketing
Trying to say a real black person.
Basically a real black person. And you need to vet those people. You need to, like, it's one thing to have a pipeline of qualified black people. It's another thing to have a pipeline of black people that represent your audience. And I don't think that they have made that connection yet, unfortunately. So here we are once again in the position where who the hell signed off on this shit at Walmart's corporate office? Try again. Because y'all not making fucking Holocaust ice cream. You niggas ain't out here making motherfucking, like, why is it us?
Yeah, y'all ain't making fucking. They gonna make some red velvet, man. Y'all ain't making fucking pumpkin pie ice cream and shit. Like, what the fuck is this?
Let's keep it real though. I mean, we have a heavy buying. You know, we buy, we purchase. So it's like we got buying power, and I think that I'm not even playing devil's advocate because it's some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? To put it's the freedom for me, it just hurt my stomach. And I'm like, what one black person was in the room that was like, yeah, that's gonna be it. Like, I want to see the team, because it's like, you know, but you know, for it to get to that approval process, you got to understand that it's a lot of people that filters through, and they rushing that. They knowing that this is coming up. Let's get this out early. This is a new holiday. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it used to be like weirdo. We used to look at it like you the weirdo if you celebrating Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
This is a new thing. You feel me? And you know, of course, they're a little ignorant about it, and so they should quit touching shit. But for the most part, you know, they try to make money, and we are going to spend dollars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Would y'all feel different about it if it was black people producing it and black people was the ones making the money from it?
On the flip, I think like Target, man, I seen them for Black History Month. I honestly thought, I don't know the logistics or the internal or where the money go or what goes on, but I thought they did a hell of a job with the display. You know what I'm saying? As far as giving credibility to certain black artists, like strategically, like they just did it right from the standpoint of like, it was like, okay, I want to buy that shirt because you even highlighting the artist that created it. You were like really diving into the culture. This is a book right here that, you know what I'm saying? I think Walmart just didn't do a good job as far as just putting some shit out. It looked quick. The design even looked quick.
And there's also there's black owned ice cream brands that are sold in Walmart. Like, you went through all this trouble to do some shit that looks like trash when you could have easily just promoted the black people, the black desserts and ice creams that you already sell. That would have been way more easy than this shit, because now you're wasting money producing some shit you got to pull off the shelves, and you're getting bad publicity for it. Just stupid.
Yeah, that would have been way more fire. Like, just to have a thing where they want to highlight like black like owned brands, like that would have been like fire. I feel like
Rap Snacks is in every Walmart, right, B-Bill?
What is?
wrap snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You know, and to
Kind
piggyback,
of being funny, but
but it is yeah, yeah. But
I
you know, to
fuck with
piggyback on what you were saying, JT, about about the damn snacks. But the Black History
be grab them snacks.
I'm not grabbing them damn snacks, but Target does every month, especially here. They make sure that they highlight, like you said, the artists, the clothing companies, like they put it
Yeah.
out there in front. Aesthetically, it looks tasteful, it's clean. You know what I'm saying? That shit that they did, it was like it looked great value. It looked cheap like every damn thing else that they do.
Well, they
You know
do
what I'm
sell
saying?
great value.
It was great value.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. It's cheap as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just threw that shit out there and just expected just because a lot of black people shop at Walmart that they was just gonna go for that, and they really just didn't test out the product and actually have people in there that actually are not tone deaf to know this isn't gonna work. Like this isn't gonna work at all. So like y'all said, it's a lot of money that was wasted in regards to just trying to rush some shit out to be able to make a quick buck.
No, facts. On another side of it, I'm concerned because Father's Day is approaching and it's landing on the same day. You know what? I never even put two and two together because we never really celebrated Juneteenth, and Father's Day is gonna land
on Juneteenth.
And it's a meme going around that my daughter mom sent me that said that we getting dashikis this year.
Not a tie, not socks. Give me that shiki, baby. Don't get a white navy blue one to go with the sixes that just
Stupid. Stupid.
Damn dashiki.
Oh man. I saw that so two things. I saw the interview that Caitlyn Jenner had with I Am Athlete. Well, I saw a clip of it. And basically he's pretty much bothered or upset around the publicity and the media attention around trans people and like the trans movement, and he feels like that people are taking advantage of like the trans movement and just saying that they're trans and they're really not, and he just feels like trans people are a very, very small percentage of the entire like LGBTQ plus community, which I was very surprised that he came out and said that, honestly, being a trans person. But essentially he was just like, people just taking advantage of it. It's popular now. It's a thing to say and it's a thing to do right now. And it's really like,
man, damned if you do, damned if you don't. God damn, like now you don't want the attention.
right.
But ain't this what the fuck you fighting for or was fighting for? Or was the attention?
Yeah, confused.
I mean, and so with that, that's with anything, right? Whether we're talking about this topic or anything, like there's going to be with publicity, there's going to be people that capitalize off of it for coolness or whatever. I mean, being black. I mean, think about that. Like being black alone, like there's other races who capitalize off of black culture. Mm-hmm. So of course, like that should just come with anything that got attention or anything that's a hot topic. Somebody's gonna try to capitalize off of it. It's a rapper right now. I'm sure there's somebody else that's hot. There's somebody else in the studio right now trying to capitalize off his exact style and shit.
It's the freedom for me.
That's the title. That is the title.
So that's gonna be the title of this episode. It's the freedom for me.
What the fuck was they thinking? Walmart, y'all tripping. what little baby say? Walmart, you got me fucked up. They keep messing up, okay?
Apparently, Dave Chappelle's attacker said that he was triggered by his homophobic jokes.
Oh my god!
Oh
Fuck
my
this
god. Shit. Hoo-wee.
this shit getting out of hand, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
Getting out of hand. Like comedians can't say shit. He got to worry about getting fucking attacked and what the fuck? He had a gun, knife, or
Yeah.
both. Some shit. Like what the fuck was that?
How did he get it in there?
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a thing for
That's some
sure.
old Malcolm X shit. And I've never seen nobody get beat up like that.
See that motherfucker arm?
It was like this.
Motherfucker Molly whopped his ass, boy.
Molly,
boy.
For real.
tell his ass up.
I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? Like people are just becoming so sensitive, and everybody feel as if that they need to put their own 2 cents in things when this is just the way how things are. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to change up stuff just because you feel a way and not knowing that it's really no harm behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many other things to be just really mad about. But instead, you know what I'm saying, you want to go and try to take your chance saying that you triggered by trying to jump on this stage and interrupt this man's art. Regardless of it being, regardless of the fact that you disagree with it or you agree with it, this is just the way comedians have been for decades.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
It's not.
Yeah, man.
And then it's like also like when do we start picking what's funny and what's not funny?
Right.
Man, what makes a joke funny is because majority of it is the fucking truth. It's just an exaggerated truth. So if we can't fucking tell the truth in jokes no more, what the fuck? Yeah. Nobody want to hear no joke they can't relate to.
Exactly. And it's like, shit. Sometimes you gotta even black comedians, we talk about ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. We talk about black people all the time.
We talk about black people all the time. Like we talking about our family. Obviously, shit, they black. You know what I'm saying? They talking about they crackhead ass uncle, shit. That's black. When you gonna think somebody I'm so offended. You probably got a crackhead uncle too that done some old crazy shit. So it's just like reality has to come into play. Like you want somebody to just do knock jokes on stage. We want to hear some reality behind it. That's just what makes the shit, art for what it is. That's anything that, I'm saying. I'm pretty sure JT can attest to it. Like when he's inspired by something, I'm pretty sure it's probably something that he's seen with his own eyes to be able to push through, to be able to create it. So when we start putting our opinions and everything else into this shit, man, it kind of just it dilutes it in regards of the pureness of it, and knowing a lot of this shit ain't coming from it's not coming from a guilty place. It's not.
The thing that's the confusing, this is the blurry line when you talk about comedy as an art, right? Is that this is my definition of art, like art and design, right? Like design, like you got shoes behind you that you look at and you probably look at them from a standpoint like this is just complete art. You love shoes, right? But it's a functional thing. It's a design that goes into it to make sure your feet don't hurt when you wear them, right? Comedy is very similar. Design is something that's meant. We got to see street signs and know where we're going. We got to know the direction, right? And art is subjective. Art is something that's like, look, we're gonna leave it to the viewer to kind of dictate and create the conversation, right? And I think comedy creates this blurred line in between the two, to where it's design, it's writing, it's something that's going to try to, revolutionize or move people or get people to think a certain way or persuade even, which is like propaganda is not something I really, go by, but it's also something that is subjective that creates the conversation. And I feel like Dave Chapelle, Chris Rock, like those thinking type artists are people who blur that line. And so you're going to get people that think that they are just one-sided and they trying to push an agenda as opposed to saying, hey, let's talk, let's discuss, and let's learn.
Right.
I agree. Did any of y'all see JT's wardrobe malfunction?
Other
was
JT.
so terrible.
It's crazy because this
So
JT,
terrible.
this JT likes that JT.
Well,
JT, what
He's
you
a
talking?
fan.
Justin Timberlake?
no, JT.
Nigga, you know
my
we ain't talking no
city
damn
girls.
Justin Timberlake.
Oh my baby, something happened with her.
Oh,
I got a
you
crush on her,
She
bro.
was-
She's so fine.
She was presenting an award at the Billboard Awards, and her
Oh.
dress was too high, and the cameras were in front of her, but they were lower than her, and her cooch was just out.
we have
Damn,
the
you missed it, man. You missed it.
I'm sure you can Google it. It's on the internet.
beef and cheddar was out a little bit. Beef and cheddar was breathing a little bit there.
Not the beef and cheddar. She said it's the freedom for me.
I hate you.
Oh shit!
I hate
It just
you
applies. It applies.
to everything.
Damn, JT.
She went on. She was on. I think Complex interviewed her afterwards, and she said that she didn't know that basically, if you were like eye level with her, like you couldn't see it straight forward. You had to be like lower, basically. So everybody that was sitting in the seats,
Yeah, everybody seen it. Then.
fucking see it, and the cameraman is all over TV because the cameraman was lower than the stage as well. So she said she didn't know, and she said that Megan was actually the first person that was trying to tell her, like when she was in the audience, she was trying to like get her attention, but she was like, I was so nervous that I was just looking straight ahead at the teleprompter, like I didn't look down at anybody's face. And she was like, in the like backstage, Meg saw her and was like, "Bitch, your pussy was out."
My thing was,
Go ahead.
how was she trying to get her attention? She had a beef and cheddar in her purse and was waving that
She
motherfucker.
was in her seat trying to like make eye contact with her and like be like,
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you start doing, hey, Destiny started doing this shit. I'm like, she in the audience like this.
No, fool. Trying to like make eye contact with her so she could tell her, put your dress down. But she was like,
But you know, my thing is this though: how many people do again a Walmart situation? You know, City Girls is a whole brand. How many people did that filter through? I feel like at certain points, man, it's like, no, you wanted that shit to happen, you know, or somebody wanted it to happen.
With certain things that you wear as you walk, that dress is gonna ride up. It's gonna ride up. And again, like you couldn't see it if you were standing in front of her. You can't see it, but from the viewpoint of everybody in the audience, you could see it because you're lower. Like it's like looking up. Her dress.
I still love you, JT.
And it was. It was very much out.
No, it happened. She'll be all right. Long as there wasn't no stench coming from it, you know.
Oh God.
As long as there wasn't a stench coming from it, she's good, you know. Ain't nothing wrong. Yeah. As long as it wasn't smelling like a beef and cheddar, she's all right.
Hey, is she still with Uzi?
As far as I know, I think
Yes,
so.
she is.
She is. I thought they broke up.
I would know.
They
I seen
always
her in the
break up.
stories, man. I seen her stories.
Oh.
She was like listening to his music, and she wasn't cuddled up with nobody. It couldn't have been another dude she would listening to Uzi. I don't understand it, but
you need to take him to go get exfoliated.
my nigga Uzi.
You need to go get that boy's skin exfoliated, man. Like go on and get a little glow up or something. Y'all going to have a pamper day. How she be glammed up, and then you got him. He looking like an old nutty buddy, you know, little nutty buddy, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
I rock with Uzi, boy. That's he cold.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Miami's on the internet arguing with Diddy's little, I don't know what the hell she is, little girlfriend, whatever. She trying to make a quick buck because she definitely got, I guess she call herself a rapper now, and she got songs out. Oh my God.
I seen that. I'm like, oh man. I seen the songs or a video or something.
Trash.
You
Yeah.
listen, though.
Hmm?
You listen to it though.
I listened to a clip of it on Shade Room. Never to be heard again.
Yeah.
I ain't know she was rapping.
I don't even know the girl's name at this point. Did you see Nick Cannon got 2 more on the way by the same baby
What?
mamas. Lord.
Yep.
By the last 2 baby mamas, they both pregnant again together. So now all of a
I
sudden,
seen, I seen something. He was considering getting clipped.
exactly.
Yeah,
Weird. It's like you ain't
yeah,
that damn rich, Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
yeah. He said I seen him make a statement. Said he trying to populate the world, but not the
Mm.
whole world.
Oh, okay. I can't fucking tell.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, at this point, they having a lot of threesomes because that is the only way you continue to have
Yeah,
babies with the same
yeah,
two
like
bitches at the
nigga.
same time. Come on, fam. What the hell?
Yeah, either you gotta want, you know what I'm saying, a lot of kids like that, or I don't know. Like I don't see no nigga being that freaky to where it's like, I mean, it's niggas out there that's like that, of course. But I'm saying a nigga of his stature, I don't see him being that freaky to where it's like, oh shit, like I'm just gonna keep nutting in everybody and shit.
But he also be wearing like the granny turbans and like he thinks about, you know what I'm saying, historical figures is like his thing, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, that's what
that
I'm saying.
regard, like having multiple wives, all these kids, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, all right. I kind of feel like that's his influence to doing it because that's not a thing that people do.
Right.
Nah, like, bro, like,
I
and
don't,
you
at
keep
least not
doing
over
it.
here.
He's trying to create his own drum line.
Yeah.
They're gonna be on the motherfucking compound in a minute. Sister
Yeah, for
wives.
real.
Yeah.
But
So
in Nick Cannon's defense here, y'all feel me on this one. I feel like all the women should just get together and live together with all the kids,
Sister wives. Calm
all the
down.
women, and Nick Cannon. I feel like
No.
that's what the fuck he going for. So I feel like they should just make it work. I feel like they all somewhere down the line, they know he fucking all of them or all of them fucking each other. So either way, everybody knows. So everybody might as well just get together. Shit.
I'm straight on it.
What up?
Straight on it. That's a lot of
Nick
headache.
Cannon.
Yeah, that's a lot of. All I can think about is the headache. All those baby mamas.
Horrible.
Well, I'm saying he got to deal. He with him. He got to deal with him now. He ain't got no choice but to deal with him.
I know. That's just
So
stupid.
But living with
hey,
them is a whole nother level.
Yeah.
A full compound with all them damn kids.
Hmm.
Too much.
That's why Wild and I went on the road.
I bet.
Yeah. You get all the women, they get on their rag during all throughout the month. That's a lot. It's a lot.
hey, he got to deal with that shit already. He might as well just put them all in one house. He paying all they fucking shit anyway, probably. So put them all in the house. They all live together.
You just sleeping with them. Oh, you tripping.
Yeah,
Boy.
sleep with them all.
You gotta cut it. You gotta cut that off.
Yeah.
Well,
his dick gonna rust out.
shut up. Oh goodness.
Hold on, let's break 1 second.
We got a break. We got a drink break.
Yeah, you
Really sponsor me, please. Okay.
Damn Christmas party truly you got.
Y'all in the same damn room? I thought y'all was in 2 different places.
Nah, he in separate rooms.
Jesus. I thought y'all was
We're
in
back.
different places. B, what you got? A fresca
Water?
with lemon?
No. Just water today. I ain't drink too much water yesterday, so I'm trying to catch up.
All right, the responsible thing.
Right. All right, I'm back. So let's discuss gun access in America. And today there was a school shooting at an elementary school in Texas near San Antonio. 18-year-old went in the school. He shot his grandmother first, then went in the school and shot 14 elementary school kids, all between 2nd and 4th grade. And also killed a teacher. He is also dead. I don't know if he killed himself or the police killed him, but regardless, he's dead. But yeah, so it's a scary time. You know, school is literally like ending. Them kids it was probably their last day, or tomorrow's their last day. Like, my heart goes out to all those parents. I couldn't even imagine like my child being in second, third, or fourth grade and being shot and killed like that. But we were discussing earlier today. One thing we were discussing is like, how did he get into the school? Why was he able to just walk up in the school like that? Because I know a lot of us, our experience at any school this day and age is like there's double doors. You got to ring the doorbell just to, talk to whoever's on the inside. You got to have a reason to be there. Like, a lot of schools nowadays, you can't just walk up into a school and just be walking through the school. Like, you got to jump through hoops basically just to get through the front door. And then on top of that, just like gun control, it needs to happen. Like, honestly, gun control needs to happen. And I feel like every year the gun laws just get more lax. They get more lax and more lax. Like, I live in Indiana, and now you don't have to have a permit to carry a gun. Like, you don't even have to have a permit. You can just go. You can just go have a gun and just be out here. So, to my understanding, you're supposed to have a permit to buy a gun, but you don't have to have a permit to carry a gun. So essentially, you could buy a gun illegally and walk around with it and just have it.
Right.
If you get caught with it and you don't have a permit, then you can get in some trouble. But you don't have to have it to carry it, which...
Hold on. Explain it. I'm sorry. You said if you get caught.
So if you get caught with the gun... Like, if you shoot somebody with that gun and you don't have a permit to have that gun, then charges will come against you. You could be defending yourself or whatever, but if you don't have a permit to legally own that gun, you can be charged because you have to have a permit to have a gun, but you don't have to have a permit to walk outside with it.
You can go to 42 Doug route, sovereign
Right.
citizen.
Yeah. Sovereign citizen, my ass. So before they recently passed that, I want to say like last summer. Right before that, they were basically giving out permits. So I got a gun permit, and it's like a 5-year permit, but there was no fee associated with it. Like, I had to apply for it, but you don't have to pay for the 5-year permit. And
What?
then, yeah.
You don't gotta pay?
Permit, huh? Yeah, it was free.
You don't gotta pay?
It was free. The gun permit that I have was free. You don't have to pay for the permit that's 5 years. Now, if I wanted a lifetime permit, I would have to pay for that. That was 2 summers ago.
But
So
in 5 years, you can just do the same thing over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you got to renew though? Like usually, like with my permit, I got to renew at some point. So you talking about lifetime? You still had to go in.
So after 5 years, I'm assuming there will be some kind of fee associated for renewing it. But at the time, they were like, anybody can get a permit. It's free, but it lasts you for 5 years. Or you can apply today and get a lifetime, and it costs like, I don't know, $150 or something, however much it was.
Well, what the fuck y'all got going on in Indiana? Because I ain't heard of that shit.
Stupid shit.
I mean,
so
they just passed it here in Georgia.
So, yeah, in Indiana, you used to have a permit to carry a gun. So I could go and buy a gun as long as it's in my house. If I shoot somebody who's coming into my house, I couldn't be charged because I can legally buy a gun and keep it in my house. But if I go outside and I'm at the club or something or whatever, I'm outside of my home and somebody attacks me and I shoot them and I don't have a permit to carry that gun, I could be charged for carrying a gun without a permit.
That's here in Michigan.
Now that's not the case. Now you don't need a permit to carry the damn gun.
Well, in Indiana, you talking about?
Yeah, in Indiana, you don't need it. It's basically reversed. Right. So you need a permit to buy it legally, but you don't need a permit to carry it outside your
Well,
house.
that's like Arizona. You know what I'm saying? In certain places now. Do we understand? Do we know the stats of like has crime decreased or has it increased since then?
I don't know the stats. I
Yeah, I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
any studies or anything, but I just feel like gun laws have definitely gotten more relaxed in the past couple of years, and here we are with two mass shootings in a matter of 2 damn weeks,
Yeah.
involving guns, and it's just crazy. But to bring up, to circle back around the school thing and like how he got into the school, I know a lot of people feel like, well, how the hell did he get in there? Because schools these days, they have the double doors and the button and all that stuff. That's the assumption, like, because that's what we see. But there are some schools that are in older buildings in smaller communities that don't have that kind of protection. And there are still some places that are like small town vibes and they just don't, it's not a thing there. There's still people that leave their doors unlocked every day because they live in a small community and they don't see this often. On top of that, I saw on Twitter that I want to say the senator that represents that district that the school was in, he's pro gun. He's pro NRA. He tweeted last year that he voted against gun laws and he's not supporting them taking your guns. And he was on this Twitter rant last year about gun laws, and those tweets are not aging very well now, sir, are they? Because here we are, the school in your damn district has experienced a freaking mass shooting, and your ass is out here supporting the NRA.
And I don't
Like,
know what the solution to this shit is. Like,
Because
I
on
really,
the because on the flip, like Destiny, like I see where you going with that. But another argument is this is the reason that he's supporting it too. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
I'm a carrier. You know
mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So it's like
As am I.
I'm not I'm not leaving the house without,
Mm-hmm,
you know what I'm saying? If I'm around the house, I might have it on. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of them things where we know the time and place we live in right now. And I think as a you know, owner, like it's just one of them things where you stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
mm-hmm,
Sadly, nobody wants to live in a world like that. But with this type of news, uh, I mean, with the news, with what just recently happened, like, you know, when those situations happen, you want to not be unequipped. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even as abrupt as it is, you want to at least have a chance.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them arguments where it's like, everybody has an opinion, and
I feel like owning a gun to protect yourself is well within your rights. I feel like where we have not, I feel like our misstep is that there's no counter laws. So if you're going to allow guns to be, easily available or lax gun laws as far as buying them, like what are the counters to prevent something like this from happening as far as being able to protect those students? If you're going to allow guns, if you're going to be pro gun and anybody can buy a gun, blah blah blah, put some laws in place that we have armed guards at these schools. And if you're going to allow anybody to buy a gun, those guns are going to end up in the wrong hands. So how are we going to protect ourselves from the guns that end up in the wrong
I
hands?
agree.
And I don't feel like we are thinking that far. They're just thinking about, oh, it's my right to have a gun. Yes, it is your right to have a gun, but we also need to be able to protect ourselves when those guns are being used in a negative way. Because this whole, I think it's definitely a propaganda campaign where it's like, oh, they want to take your guns. And I don't feel like the message has ever been there shouldn't be guns anywhere. I just feel like the ease of gun purchasing, and it's just really easy to buy a gun for anybody. Like I feel like a lot of the Like you can purchase a gun at a trade show. They not checking your mental health. They not running your criminal record when you go to the fairgrounds and they have a gun show.
Right.
You go up in there, you buy the shit, and you go home. So what can be done in those situations? Because that's a lot of times how people buy guns. They buy them on the internet. They go down the street and they like. What are we addressing those types of things?
Another thing to throw in there. I mean, they have these guns. I think they're called phantom guns, to where you can like piece them together and you can actually make them an issue. Working in the school system, you know, I think like I was telling you before, before we start recording, I was going to elaborate on something they need to start actually doing, is start to have all these school districts. Really, it's mandatory that each school staff need to be in active shooting training. Okay, if you go into a lot of these schools and they do a lockdown procedure, the thing that they think that's safe to do is just lock the door and go into a corner. That's the worst thing you can do. So back in Flint, when I went through it at the school I worked at before, the first thing they had us do was like, just go in there. We're gonna say it's a lockdown. Y'all go in, lockdown. And so we locked the door. We went into a corner, and they had it was policemen that came through and did the training. So they had air capsule guns. So you heard shots in the school, and like they came in and they shot at a few people. You know what I'm saying? A few people felt them. It wasn't any real bullets or anything, but they was like, the worst thing that you can do is go into a corner. They was like, basically, you're creating a meat pile. The motherfucker just come in and they just air it out. So the thing that they taught us to do was, you had these kids take the desk and you just pile them up against the door. Pile them up against the door, just make a huge ass pile to where it's going to be hard for the shooter to be able to get in. If they get in, you make sure a child has a book, they got something in their hand to where they're able to throw it at the shooter to be able to divert them, to be able to even aim at anybody, so where you can at least stop that.
It's painful. It's painful to hear.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like just the fact that, I'm sorry, like the fact that we got to even talk like this. And, you know, I mean, as a parent, like just imagining that your kid has to fight.
Yeah.
Is just breathtaking, bro.
Yeah.
Like that hurts.
Yeah.
It was a few things.
Thinking about how scary my daughter is.
Yeah. You know, like tying up a rope up on the doorknob and having them all stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Like tying it up in a way to where they can't. It's different things that, you know, classrooms, like this is just the reality that we're living in, and it's fucked up. It's fucked up. But if we don't equip the teachers, the students to be able to know what to do when these situations occur, it's going to keep happening.
You assuming that they're going to be brave. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like I giggle, and my apologies, but it's just, you know, it's you know, people going to freeze up. Like, you know, this ain't something that they trained to even understand. So when that type of thing happens, you can't assume that people are just going to react. Like, some people
have to, man. I mean,
they have to. We both know that, but where you from and where is some other people from? Like, what's their experiences? You know to fight back.
Yeah, but shit, what can you ask them to do? Like, they really gonna have to just that quick. They have to be able to think fast. They have to. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we know where we from. You know what I'm saying? We always been in survival mode. You know, so it's like going into these schools and not thinking, okay, it's a small town, like Des said, this won't happen. It can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is like, motherfucker, you just seeing somebody jumping on a bus. That's just how normal it's become in regards to this shit just occurring every fucking year. So,
and another thing,
start taking some type of charge with getting people trained.
Another thing, like, I don't feel like these schools are taking it serious, because I know. So I was actually talking to my aunt about this earlier today, and she said that her husband's cousin has a child in middle school. And recently, I don't know if it was last week or it was recently, some little boy was texting her son, telling him that he was going to shoot him when he saw him, sent him pictures of a gun, telling him to choose one. He going to kill him when he see him. So, of course, she reports it. And the damn police gonna ask her son, well, do you really think he's gonna carry that? Like, do you really?
Man, what the fuck?
And she went up to the school. The damn administrator gonna tell her, oh, we closed 15 minutes ago. bitch, you better open this motherfucking door. Or
But that's how that shit be happening. The administration do not take shit seriously. Like the last situation that happened when back home in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? They getting reports of this kid acting crazy, and they just overlooking this shit as if it's a joke or something, And then the shit happens. You can't take shit lightly with these kids, man, because it's so much irrational thinking to where they're just gonna go with their first feel and be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go shoot up everybody. That's simple.
Ridiculous.
And it's all because administration is not taking things seriously like they should, regardless if someone's, if bluffing or not. Motherfuckers say they shooting you nowadays. That ain't nothing to overlook.
Yeah,
it ain't.
Facts.
Who when we say administration, like educate me a bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like who is the person?
Principals and
superintendents, regional superintendents, everybody above teachers.
So this, like, say somebody does something like this, this report has to get to them. They gonna see it.
Yeah,
teachers are supposed to report this.
They're supposed to report it. Yeah. Even like, check this out. Even if the principal is taking it lightly, you are still liable to make that report to somebody. That's with anything in regards of dealing with a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make that report. It's on you. You know what I'm saying?
God damn it.
Reports are now showing that the body count has gone up. It's three teachers now and 18 kids.
All right, let's go talk about something.
Yeah, let's move on.
Nah, I would say before we move on, like, out of respect, our condolences to those parents, man. Like, I mean, God bless those children. God bless those people who care for the children, and also condolences to those parents that are. I mean, how the fuck can you sleep tonight? You know what I'm saying? How can you sleep for life? Like, I just don't even understand. I mean, you talk about a death rate of 18. I can't imagine that ain't gonna go up.
Well, it's 21 because it's three. What? It's three. It's 21. What? It's 3 teachers and 18 students.
Yeah. Out of respect, I'm sorry. I just didn't want to pass.
No. You good. No, definitely condolences to the families and everybody involved and everybody who had to experience that in the slightest bit. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot of people that's even traumatized, you know what I'm saying, from witnessing some shit like that.
Because I'm letting y'all know now, we was just in a lockdown a few weeks ago, probably no less than 2 weeks ago. Shit ain't fun, man. Shit is not fucking fun. The high school across the street from us had somebody shooting in there. So you trying, you keeping calm, like what you just said, JT, is like just clicking and being in survival mode. That's what it took me to. So I'm in a classroom with another teacher that just really doesn't know what's going on, and you having to be that one. You know what I'm saying?
More certain people gonna freeze up.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, that's just gonna happen. You're gonna have somebody that's gonna kick into that, which would be you. It's fight or flight.
That happened to me in middle school before. We was getting off the bus. They was letting us off the bus, and there was an active shooter. He had the middle school was basically in the same area as the high school. So he had done something in the high school, and he ran over to the middle school as we were getting off the bus. So I remember I was probably in like 6th grade. And I remember getting off the bus and like the teachers rushing us in the building, and we got in the building and there were police in the building, like in our hallways. And I remember police standing at the end of the hallway, and they had guns, and we're running. I got a book bag on. It's kids like following with these big ass book bags on. It was total chaos. We're running. We just came in the building. We're running. I'm fat. I'm in 6th grade. Y'all got me doing a lot of running right now. As soon as we come in the building, go down the hallway, we got to run outside the building because this person is coming in and out of the building. This was in the late 90s. So he's running in and out of the building. So as he comes in the building, we got to run out the building. So we're like doing laps. in and out of this fucking building. And then eventually, like, they corral us all into the gym and the lights are off. It was fucking terrifying, to say the least. But I mean, that didn't make no damn national news. But I'm just saying, like, shit like this has been happening and it's just escalating and it's crazy and it's ridiculous. And I don't know. They need to figure something out because this shit is wild. And like, you can't feel safe anywhere. You can't feel safe going to church, to the grocery store, sending your damn kids to the last day of school. Like, what the fuck do you want people to do?
The most. I mean, you just mentioned three different situations, and all of them popped in my. We traumatized every time we hear something about any shit as Black people. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that was the other factor that I wanted to like harp on is like when I'm reading the paper already, it's saying that this was a what 80% Hispanic area, you know, or 90%, 80% was lower, you know, economic income, and I hate that becomes like a focal point, but it's like, is this a thing where we're being targeted? You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of the things. Like last week, I went to the grocery store and I'm in there and I'm on the phone and I realized that I just left the house and I get freaked out. That's crazy. You know, that's never been the case. You know, so it's like, are we being targeted? What do we do about that? Like,
Yeah.
Forget the logistics, all this other stuff. Like, talk gangster. What do we do about it?
Yeah.
And I really hope that this doesn't become, because the shooter was a Hispanic male. I really don't want to hear these fucking racist ass Republicans and talking about immigration, and I don't want to hear that shit. Don't want to hear it, because where was your antennas last week when a very white American was outside shooting people in the grocery store? So like, I feel like there are going to be some that take this opportunity to turn this into some political bullshit, and it's just going to make me mad. So I'm going to try and stay off social media for the next few weeks, because my spirit is telling me they're going to take it there, and I just don't want to be arguing with nobody on fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
But anywho, off of that and on to playlist time. Do y'all got songs?
Yeah, man, that was so I feel like that was so heavy.
Yes. Let's
It kind of
lighten the mood, please.
Yeah, for sure. Who going first?
I'll go first because I'm pretty sure your ass ain't got your feet.
I just wrote down my three.
That's what I'm saying. That nigga
I
be
just wrote them down.
Yeah.
So what y'all do? Y'all write down albums or just songs or what?
No,
Three
just
songs.
3 random songs, whatever. Yeah, from whatever album, whatever artist, whatever genre.
So my first one is a Bay Area classic, "Ring It" by E40. Next record is "Real Thing" by Jameson. And my last one is "Let Me Know" by London Drugs and Jay Worthy featuring Stally.
All right.
I put Bay on Seafood Sam.
Ooh, you put on my What'd he say?
I was playing the Top Shelf playlist when we went to I think when we drove to Cincinnati. He kind of stopped. He was like, "Who is this?" It's like, "Oh, let me tell you about Seafood Sam."
Yeah. I feel like B sent me that before, and then
I have.
me like, what?
And I'll be trying to hip niggas, man, before it get too big. Like, I told you, niggas.
Destiny, you going?
You know, I ain't got it right now.
All right. I'm gonna go. It's a random one. It's 24 hours, 50 bar, and I think it's who on that song? Moneybag Yo and somebody, but random song I was just playing. Blast, Pick Your Poison,
Y'all keep
And,
My shit, I have not stopped listening to that nigga's album for weeks.
Y'all
yeah.
keep that nigga on here, boy.
Frank Ocean, Biking remix with Jay-Z and Tyler.
I was gonna put that on my list today too.
Damn, for real?
Yep, I was playing that shit today. Yep.
Damn, I put it on there because well, me and JT was out last night and we was in fucking Soggy Bottoms. And then they was going in on the music last night. I don't know who the fuck playlist they had, but yeah, that shit came on in there, and I'm like, shit, I played that shit on the way to the crib.
Damn.
Yeah, shout out to Soggy Bottoms, man. I don't know what was in the water last. No, I shouldn't say that, but it was just a really good time.
Yeah.
You know what though, JT? We can laugh about that. We ain't gonna let nobody else.
Yeah,
We
fuck
can
y'all.
laugh about it.
Yeah.
Comedians, fuck y'all. Y'all keep saying the jokes is corny.
Yeah. We can laugh about that shit.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, I got my 3. So,
Right.
Dreezy dropped a new album.
And she looking good too.
Is she?
You know, hey guys.
This is my thing, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm disappointed in the album.
I'm disappointed in her career. I love Dreezy, but
yeah. And I don't know. I think a lot of what happened in her career has to do with whatever her record label price situation is or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's her.
No, not at all. But I mean, shit, as we all know, shit, I'm a Hit Boy like fanatic. And then I saw Hit Boy, and then I like Dreezy as a rapper. So I thought them two together would create this magic. I'm like, Hit Boy about to bring her back and all of that. But then when I played the project, I'm just like, I don't know. It's not. I don't even want to say that because I don't want to say this cliche ass saying, but it's not giving what it's supposed to give. Yeah, I'm gonna just say that.
It's giving.
Okay, so In Touch by Dreezy. Number 1.
Is that the one? Is that by herself?
No, featuring Jeremiah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
you know what I was disappointed in that I had high hopes for.
What?
That damn single that Tink dropped. It was not giving either. It wasn't.
I don't care for Tink.
I thought, and I'm not a huge Tink fan either, but I thought that because I guess she dating Hitmaker now, whatever.
Oh yeah, I forgot that is a thing. Yeah.
I thought he was gonna give she ain't doing enough. I don't know. She needs to do more cartwheels or something because that song, no.
It's been 6 long years and she still ain't got that one record yet.
And it was a sample too. I was like, girl, no. Oh yeah, okay. Dreezy, In Touch, featuring Jeremiah. We also have Migos. No, not Migos. Quavo and Takeoff, Hotel Lobby.
Oh, that new song.
That shit hard.
Yeah, I like it.
I added it to a playlist of mine. And a random one, Moneybag and Kodak, Rocky Road. There's that.
All right. JT, what you got for us?
Man, you already know. Like, I've been looking forward to being on the show first and foremost because at this point right here, I love music, and it's too many. But I'm really gonna stick to what I've been listening to this week in the whip. First is Rio the Young OG, Free Rio. I've been listening to What You Need. That's on, what album is that on? Life of a Young OG. Yeah, What You Need. It's like super soulful. I don't know, like the producer, whoever produced it, heard his lingo is, you know what I'm saying? I know Rio. And just put him on these beats that you wouldn't necessarily hear him on typically. So I like the fact that they kind of switched it up for him. and he stayed true to himself. So on the song, he shot down Carpenter Road and like, you know what I'm saying, stuff that we familiar with. So I thought that was really dope. Kevin Gates, like all week, like who I really typically don't like listen to Kevin Gates. Like I rock with him a bit, but therapy shit 4. Somebody sent that to me. My boy Meezy, he sent that to me. Bro, like I really feel like I wish that Kevin would just perform songs like this on the reg. Like he going in, like his versatility, he switches it up. The beat is crazy. It seemed like he just had a lot of fun creating that song in the booth, man. And it's like it just flows, it's seamless. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Kevin Gates for that one, because that one done got me through the week. And then when I want to tone it down, which typically I'm on old school, you know what I'm saying, or jazz or something like that. Theo Crocker. Is that how you pronounce it? Theo Crocker. I know you would know, B-Bell. That's right?
That's right.
Dog. Him and Jill Scott, which is another one of my babies. Man, they just put out a little classic called To Be We, where it's like Jill Scott, I don't even understand the structure of Theo Crocker. Like a lot of his music, I don't even understand how he's structuring it, but it's like it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? So like make sure y'all go check that out. Jill Scott is on there semi-rapping, which I know B-Bell loves when she raps, you know what I'm saying? And then like, but it's like really poetic. Yeah, bro, they killed it. So go check that out.
Dope. And think what? This is a wrap?
Oh, fuck that. That motherfucker. We got a running joke with Jill Scott. That nigga gonna throw in there. He tried to hold that shit in like B-Bell love Jill Scott.
Jill Scott,
you know I hate that golden song. I hate that shit. Go ahead, man.
Feeling blessed.
Yeah, that blessed. Oh my fucking god. All right. Go on, B.
Yeah, episode 42. It's a wrap. Y'all got any last words?
It's the freedom for me, boo.
It's the freedom for me. Put that on the shirt.
Yeah, please subscribe. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're now on iHeartRadio, Samsung, and something else. And of course, Behind the Scenes Network, YouTube, wherever. Subscribe. We everywhere. So
yeah. BTSN, baby.
it's a wrap.
Y'all stay safe out there, man. Hug
Stay
your love.
dangerous. Stay dangerous.